go decide what to do with that. I'm using Mason's phone. Mine's had to go in for repair. Saw my videos are all corrupt, I've lost them all, which is really annoying. But anyway, I can't contact Dave or Pete because I got the numbers in Mason's phone. So what I'm going to do, while I go to upside down, try and do this without the sun glaring. You can probably see how it bows out, or bows out, front sides and the back. And I did fill it with water. I don't know whether I've got the video of that. If I have, it'll be on before this, so you'll have already seen it. So what I'm going to try and do is build a timber frame, square frame all the way round. One at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the top. And then hopefully later on clad the front, just so you can't see the blue bin. And then hopefully the timber will just help support the middle of the bin all the way round. So I'm just going to see what timbers I've got, make some measurements and see what I can come up with. I'm going to start at the top because that's the widest. So that's going to, unfortunately, that's a seat. Stick out here. Unless I put a slice in the timber and bring it in. I've got to watch because I ain't gonna have the timbers wide enough to come out this end here. Because they'll have to come obviously that wide. And the bottom is going to be even wider because it tapers that way. So I want to get some straight edges, see if I can clamp it up somehow and take some measurements. Well, what an absolutely gruelling day. Bloody hell. I've measured the wood, cut the frame, put it on, out of shape, measured it up, right sizes, put it back on, wrong shape. So I've had to cut the timber to the shape of the bin. So then I've done the top timbers. Same again, measured it, cut them, put them on, out of shape. So I've just had to undo them, try and reshape them the shape of the bin and do that. And then I've just struggled with the middle, but I'm using all our bits of timber, so it's always awkward with them different thicknesses. This is what I've come up with so far. As you know, I've already put that heat insulation around it. They're just all temporary, obviously it'll all be sooner or later be boarded in. Absolute backbreaker. All I need now is somebody to help me now put it over on top of the blocks. Do need the bottom drain. Okay, so I'm just going to let that fill up now. And check it for leaks, then I'm going to have to empty that out again. That black stain in there, that looks like oil. So I've got to try and find a way of getting that off. So I'll give it a good scrub. The other thing I need, sorry about the noise folks, scaffolding by them putting solar panels on the houses. I've got to try and find some stainless steel screws because I need it to come up to the height of them two there, which is the hinges, which is round about the top two there. Obviously I'm going to put them back on, just so them on out of the way. And also get some stainless steel bolts and put them in. Double washer on the summit. God needs on the skew with. It's on the shelf there. Tie this in. The only downfall is that there, when I turn the bin the right way around, it's going to be up that corner, so then I've got to pass the pipe work all the way this side. Just going to let it cover that little noggin there. There she blows. I'm going to turn the water off. Have a quick look. Nothing coming out that plug hole. Sorry about the camera work, folks. Nothing inside that plug hole leaking, nothing around the outside leaking, and nothing around my little rubber off the walking stick. Lovely jubbly. I've had water in it. The bottom pipe ain't leaking, which is a good thing. I've had a change of plan with the blocks. I've measured it, I'm going to do it that way. The only problem is now the distance between the table and that post is exactly the distance of the bin. Now I put that timber frame on, it won't fit. Some 4 inches too wide. So it looks like I'm going to take all that frame off and hope that the bin will just burst under the weight of the water. Just one thing after another. Just been talking to the wife. The idea of the table was the filter goes on the table. That's probably going to be 6-8 months before I'm going to need to use that. I said move the table. So my daughter's having to move into an house a couple of doors away. We've been waiting for it to move. We should have moved in last year, February this year. Still waiting. So what I'm thinking is now I'm going to build the crane, engine hoist, then I can fold it and put it up right up the corner there and pull this table out. I don't really want to get rid of the table because it's handy for my waste height for me to do things, obviously. But that's going to have to be the plan. It's either that or take the timbers off that. But I really need to clad it, insulate it a bit more. So anyway, I'm going to move the table and try and get the bin in place. So the forecast now, I just want to get water in it, fill it with water and leave it full of water and just let the water do its own natural thing. I think it is now. Tip it onto that and roll it. Hey! Let's try it. Been struggling my titties off, look at that. Roll over, bite over. I just got to try and get it down this slope. Lovely job. I want to try and slide it off the one onto the other one. Right, if I can get that like that, that's the right height for me to put the bin in place and then get the blocks and pull the wheels out after. Oh, lovely jubbly. Well, I've got it down there, still on them wheels. These are the set I had to use them. Come on, Copy. Bit of good luck for the change. Counting my chickens. Split that already. There we are then. Okay then, folks, I don't know what you can see from there. I've got my little mic on that she bought me from Temu. Look at that. All that struggling. Oh, made to measure. All I've got to do now is lift it up and put it on its blocks. Ah, that should be fun. Catch you in a minute. You know when I say I hoard things. When was the last time I used one of these jacks? So I've just jacked the back up. Get that corner up. The one corner up there. I've fitted that sheet there now to keep the cold and draft off the water. I'm struggling to pick that up and do that up that corner on my own, so just got this old jack. That's that down now. Try that now. Let's get this bit of right now and have a look, see how that's sitting. Looks as crooked out from here. Let's take it up and have a look. That ain't going to be station. Looks sat right anyway. Looks still a bit of movement on it. Yeah. Sorry about the camera work, folks. I'm just trying to get it perfect. I think it's just a little block under this corner now. That might have to do because thinking about it, that drains there, so the water's going to flow to that corner. Just got to find something thin just to put under this one corner. Try the other side, look. Try it on here. Yes. I'll mess about now anyway, try and get it as best I can. I don't mind if it's tilting that way a little bit, because that's the way the water wants to flow to the drain eventually. Hour and a half of messing about trying to get this level, trying to pick it up on my own and putting blocks under. Back's level, front's level, just a slight tilt forward. Hopefully the water will go down better like that, so I'm happy with that now. I do now more anyway. Oh, I don't know. Oh dear. I'll get me some timber and I'll put me bit of trim around the top of the tank when I get round to it. Okay, so you can see there what I've done. I've put them 2 blocks underneath the middle just to try and take more weight out the bottom of that bin, stop it sagging even more. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Just thought I'd flick it around and show you the fish. I've just moved by the bridge, you can see them moving about. Temperature's changed again. So I'm just trying to look at the date on my phone. No, sorry. 13th today. T-shirt with the last week. Couch this week. I'm just trying to work out if I can get that lid back on. As you can see there, concrete post, the timber at the back. Dave said to me leave the lid off. And the whole idea of putting the lid back on was so it's out the way really. And if you see the thickness of that, it goes thinner there, which might just about go in between there. But without moving the tank out again, I really don't think I'll get the lid on. And then if I do put the lid on, it sits flush to here. So when I put my piece of timber across there, the lid will shut anyway. The other thing about putting the lid back on is you won't put the screws back in the moulds there. Stop water leaks. Now I've got a bit of an idea on how to block the moulds up. What I'm trying to do without spending money. I did think of stainless steel route. I need 20 bolts. So I'm thinking of something else. So you'll have to wait and see if I do it. What an absolute pain. Trying to level them screws up to that hinge bracket. You think it'd come level? I found out it actually sits inside this lip here, so we're lifting it up high enough. I had to gooly gander. I've had to Google a wheelie bin to find out which way that bracket went on, and it's got to sit underneath that lip. Plonker. What a pain to get them in. I still think there's one screw that I got in properly. That's where I should have had the bottom drain, where that puddle is. Look, never mind. You see the pips in the bottom I mentioned before? I'm going to get in and chop them off, I think. It's out the moulding of the bins, I think, so I'm going to get in there, chop them off, clean it out, and then get some water in up to them screws, I think. And then while it's filling, make some timbers to hold that in place. Oh, it's all going on. I'm in the bin. Anybody in? I'm in the bin. Oh, that's cold. Oh my god, that's freezing. There's going to be a little bit of dust in there in a minute. So I've got my grinder ready. Another little tip: never throw your grinding discs away. There's the full size one, there's a little one, because you never know when they come in handy for doing little jobs like this. I've got a little sanding pad there as well. I ain't got much room in here, as you can imagine, so I'm going to try and nib them off and sand them down and then clean the bottom of the bin so I can get some water in it. Just trying to get these battens in, them just to hold the frame top, middle and bottom, so I can take these off. But I fixed this sheet to the post, so now I'm trying to get in that corner. I'm having to change to angle bracket. Just trying to hold the screw, hold the drill with one hand. What I'm going to try and work out now is, if I put that there, if I can hold that like that. If I put that there like that, obviously the bin goes inwards. I'm going to get a split level on there and see if I can get some timbers to pack out here. There in the bottom, the sides ain't too bad. Just want to get the front square. I might not bother. Just means the face, you can't really see like that. Pull that out of the way. You can see by that piece of timber how it's leaning. So it'll probably need a piece of timber, something like that, to fix the cladding to, and something like that. And then when I put the front on the tank, it should look flush. I'm going to get my spirit level out and have a look, see how far out it is. If it's only just this, the match of a piece of that, I'll do it. Or even if it has to go that way, I'll do it. If not, I ain't really bothered. But I've got all them timbers in there best I can. Got them back on. They're all siliconed up. And I have ordered something for, oh good God, been ironing and everything this morning. Well, this afternoon. I've ordered some things for there, and I'm hoping they ain't too small. Looking at them holes, they might be, but they'll come in handy for something else. Just lovely blue skies over there. The sun's just trying to peek out. That's the shower that we've just had, just moving over. That's going over the school with the masonries. A bit more useless information. Not the prettiest, but it's only a frame. Just all that timber. See if I can get me a bit of decking board or something for across the top, and then clad all that. The front and the sides are going to get to the back, obviously, just to make it look a little bit better. Okay then, catch me on the mic. I know a lot of people have out to do this anyway, but for them that don't, you can tell by this what I'm doing. Get the bubble the right way around. So to put a fascia on the front, you can see by the gap here and the bigger gap at the bottom. This is left over from the bed out of a camper van. You might bought yourself a rock and roll bed, left me with the timber. If I can get that there, it's going to be push that out push it out just a little bit. But if I go enough with this timber for the bottom, I don't think it'll need fixing in the middle, top and bottom. I'm quite happy with that. And like I say, the sides, I don't think the sides are that far out. probably an inch. About an inch, but I don't think it'll make any difference. If it does, I'll just stick a bit of lath on the bottom again. So I'm just going to have a look now, see if I've got enough. I'll fix that one to that and see if I've got a piece long enough to fit that. Screw that on, and I might, if I can, screw that on. If not, I ain't too bothered, like I said. As you can see now, I've brought the lath out level to the top, so when I put the fascia on, it'll screw. That's touching all three. Obviously it'll be something like that, won't it? Now you can hear the aisle. The front, however, I've got a gap like that. And this side, I'm not too bothered about this side because you ain't really going to lean on it or put pressure on it or nothing. Just a slight gap there. I might see if I can get something in, but if I ain't got nothing, I ain't going to stress over that. Now the framework's coming. I've had to come out quite a bit there. That there, I've got to try and find a decent chunk. What an absolute backbreaker that's been for me today. See if I can zoom out. Sun's out, better take your coat off. Sun's in, freezing cold. Put it back on. I know, probably could have took these off and straightened them up. But I asked about that. All that he's doing is supporting that. I might actually undo it. Looking at it now, it's driving me mad. That's it now, so all the cladding should fit when I get it. I'm going to try and see if I can get some timber to match the doors on Mason's shed. I've still got the paint for that, so I'm going to paint it the same colour. Oh, you better believe it's coming. Oh, 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 twisted. Oh, 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 oh. Any water in it? No. You'll have to wait till next time. Thanks for watching.